What's up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do another general read for the sign of Leo. It seems as though the generator has something to say to you. It's crazy. You, Gemini, and I think Pisces. And I'm going to do one more for Scorpio. But y'all seem to have been getting readings all weekend, you know. It's what the generator chose, so let's get right into it. This is, once again, your general read. Take it however it resonates. If it does, you can couple this with the read that I believe you got Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Cards already jumping out, or trying to jump out. But general read, once again, if you would like a personal read, you are able to do so by shooting me an email. You can find my email in the description box of this video and every video in general. I will never reach out to you on social media or email you asking you if you would like a reading or some other service. If anyone does reach out to you claiming to be me, it is a scam. So just be mindful of that. Okay. All right. So we start off with the Six of Cups in reverse. Ooh, that glare is. Ooh. I just clean like this lens too, so the lens is clean, you know what I'm saying? I love me a clean lens, but yeah, okay. That glare. Anyways, this is I'm gonna say this is a love reading for you, only because your next card after this. But I think you need to stop idolizing the past. Maybe this has to do with an ex, okay? And you know, this next relationship that seems to be, you know, in the works for you, I feel as though is at risk. You're at risk at losing that if you continue to just dwell on this past relationship that you had with this individual. It may have been someone that you was with and you've known them since you were a kid, or you've known them for a long time, but it didn't work out. You know, in the perfect world, in the fairy tale movies, you know what I'm saying, people they marry, I guess they get with their childhood crush and they stay with them forever. But in the real world, that can happen, but you know, and when I say the real world, I mean the world outside of, you know, the movies and stuff, right? In that world, right, in reality, I'm gonna put it that way, things can happen to where you all grow apart, you all break up. It's life. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't make them a failure. It doesn't mean you're doomed and gloom. It doesn't mean you should never try to get with somebody, especially if it's a situation where I feel like they you know, they could be the right partner for you. So instead of dwelling on the past, I would go forward. I'm trying to block the card because it's the Lovers. Okay, I'm gonna block them because they naked. You know what it is, but it's the Lovers, but upright. You know, so harmony with somebody, romance, love. You know, but this is also the card of choice. I mean, every card, when you think about it in the tarot deck, it's a card of choice. Everything you do in your life, tarot related, is about your choices. But you get to choose. This is something that is on the horizon for you. You know, that energy is here. But it's your choice whether you want to move forward with this individual or not in regards to, you know, a romance, you know? It's just, I'm just telling you what the universe is saying, and it seems as though the universe is saying if you go toward this route, as far as your love life goes, not much, you know, and bad is going to happen. Now, if you just recently broke up with this ex or whatever, I'm not saying like rush into, you know, a relationship with whoever this lover is. But I'm saying don't, you know, shy away from it. The other meaning of the Six of Cups in reverse is risking vulnerability. And what I mean by that is how I'm gonna at least interpret it here is within your next relationship. Again, you need to get over that ex, but you also, if you are going to go forward with this person, don't be the ex who still talks about, don't be the person, let me just say, who still talks about their ex partner while in an entire new relationship. The past is the past. It don't matter if it's like, oh, this person did this person did that, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Oh, it was such a headache when, even if you're bad talking your ex, it's still like you're not truly over them if you can't move on and live this life with your current partner without having to bring them up. Like, you're truly not over them. And it could be a situation where you're doing that because you're trying to be open and vulnerable. In a sense, like, you're like, I'm not doing it because I'm still not over my ex. I'm doing it because I'm trying to be, again, open and vulnerable with my current partner. All I'm going to say is there's a time and a place. And if it's something that's really, really, like, if it's really relevant to the conversation at hand or the situation at hand to where you feel the need to bring it up, and then sure, let's just say you both are divulging situations you've had in past relationships. Obviously, that's an appropriate time. That's an appropriate time to bring something like, oh, my ex did this, my ex didn't do X, Y, and Z, whatever the case is, right? That's a great time to bring that stuff up. But if it's like you walked in, right, and you're not a Scorpio, so I won't use the situation of it's your birthday, right? But let's just say you walk in, the holidays are coming up, let's just use Christmas, right? It's you walk in to your house and your partner is there with a big old box full of whatever, a box with your Christmas present. They're like, Merry Christmas, babe. And then you're like, oh my God, my ex never did that. Even if that is true, that's not like something you should just like bring up, like, stop. That doesn't show, like, it's gonna bring some alarms for your partner, and they're like, are you truly over this person? Like, am I really with somebody? Did I spend $300 on this damn present for somebody who's not over their ex? However much money the present is, or just whatever, I took the time to find the present, wrap it up, all this stuff, and you are still dwelling on this past person because they didn't give you a Christmas gift or they never got you anything for Christmas. Like, no. So it's like, again, use discernment when you are trying to be vulnerable and truthful when it comes to this new partner, this new relationship. All right? Don't be the weirdo that always says, oh, you're better than my ex because they didn't do X, Y, and Z. Or they did do this and I know, and you don't do this thing that is toxic that they did do, right? Again, there's difference between being vulnerable and just straight up being a weirdo. Like, in that situation, there's a big, like, fine line. It's not usually a fine line between being a weirdo and being vulnerable. But in that situations that I named, again, where you're like, oh my God, my ex never done this for me. So the fuck what? Like, your best friend never did it for you too. You gonna bring that up? Like, don't do that. Don't do that to your partner. Say thank you. Appreciate them. And do not compare them, or don't make them feel as though they have to, they are being compared to someone of your past. So, kind of long-winded. You got one more card though, so it's not like it's going to be forever. You do have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as well. So I'm looking at this, to be honest with you, and I have 3 Leo placements in my planets, but I don't have it in my big 3. Nonetheless, I've been this way in relationships as well. Again, I'm going to say this is a relationship reading. But this is the sign of someone who is self-centered, someone moving with this scarcity mindset as well. Also, someone who could be a bit envious and, just envious in general. Now, that last one, I haven't been in, envious. I've never been the partner. I never really understood dudes who were jealous of their women. I never understood partners being jealous of their partner in general, but that's podcast talk. Check the podcast in the description box below. Nonetheless, the first two I named, what was it? Again, self-centered and being scarcity mindset. I've been that way in relationships in the past where I was the one where I was like, okay, we got to save money for this, and just putting that bad energy out there in regards to, our lack of money, or thinking we would be kicked out of the apartment tomorrow because, we're $2 short of paying rent or whatever. Like, that's a dramatic situation, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm moving in the scarcity mindset. I'm like, we can't enjoy things, and we can't go on a movie date this week because I got to save for rent for next month or whatever the case is. And although there might have been some truth to these things, it's like, and there are other ways I can make that money up, or there are other things we can do in general. We don't have to just stay in the house and watch Disney Plus all damn day, because that's the cheaper route, and that gets boring after a while, So my advice to you is really like, in this next relationship, because you might be the individual that's like, oh, my ex gave me this, my ex was that, but Leo, you're not really focusing on you. At the end of the day, you got to focus on what you can control. And if you're someone who is very much self-centered, and Leos can be very much center of attention, so self-centered can be something that you do, and I love y'all. This ain't no rag on y'all. I love Leos. You're my second favorite zodiac sign, but I'm the first. But after me, it's y'all. So it's not like I dislike y'all, or I got some like I really mess with Leos, but I do understand that whole center of attention thing, or self-centered, can turn into the center of attention, where your ex may have had some things about them that you didn't like, but this is not, being self-centered is not a redeemable quality. It's not one that I would want to begin a relationship with someone who is like that. Again, that glares crazy. Apologize. And also the whole scarcity mindset. I found myself trying to be super cautious. And you don't ever want to go to the extreme. You don't want to go from one extreme to not being cautious about money or just things in general. But you don't want to go to the other extreme where I was in, where I was super, super, super conservative when it came to money and relationships and things of that nature. Because I always thought, like, I would never have it. I would never, we got to do this, that, and the third. And it's like, all right. So, like, again, just having that healthy balance of as I was saying before, the healthy balance of being vulnerable and just oversharing when you don't need to, but also having the balance of making sure you're good, but not being the center of attention when it comes to your relationship. Because again, it's a relationship, so it's a partnership. Your partner deserves that deserves attention as well. And not being so dang rigid, to be honest with you. This is also the card of rigidity. That's crazy. The Six of Cups in reverse. This is also the card of just someone being stuck and rigid, stuck in the past, stuck in mindset, stuck in ways. So you don't definitely want to be that as well in your next relationship. And then, of course, the last meaning of the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Don't be the partner that's envious of your partner. That's just weird. Like, there's no, the other stuff I can see like an explanation for. I'm not saying that it's excusable, but there's an explanation for it. But the jealousy aspect, it's never been my thing. Like I said, I've been a lot of things in relationships. I've never been that, though. I've never been one that was jealous of my partners. It just never sat right with me. And I hated the feeling when I felt like my partners were jealous of me for whatever the reason was. So, yeah. I haven't been perfect, but one thing I've never, any of my exes can't say is, well, he was always jealous. He was always hating on me. He was always, stifling my shine. Nah, it was always the opposite. I wanted them to get out and do things. I was being too pushy at times and was like, nah, like, you need to do this shit because it's going to benefit you and all this other stuff. But either or, this ain't my reading, this is your reading, Leo, and this is what I have for you today, October 27th, 3 days before Scary Day. But no, this has been your reading. Take it however it resonates and leave the rest. If you would like a personal reading, you're able to book that with me by shooting me an email. You can find my email in the description box of this video, as well as every other video as well. Just be mindful that there are scammers in this community. So if there is someone claiming to be me, it is a scam. I would never reach out to you anywhere. You have to reach out to me to book that that reading, and we will only correspond via email, by the way. So never on social media about these readings, none of that. So there is that. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for those who've been doing all of that. And until next time, until next video, y'all enjoy your Halloween. Y'all enjoy November, because it's coming up real soon. All right? Peace out.